Yo, what's up, guys? Your boy Leroy Gang is here today. We're gonna be just chilling. I'm gonna be talking about my thoughts on Lost Ark, as well as doing this challenge guardian raid in the background. Not gonna be focusing on it too much. Just gonna be more explaining my thoughts about Lost Ark, the good, the bad, the ugly, all that good shit, right? So just gonna start off with the let's start off with the good, I think. Now it's no secret that I've waited for Lost Ark for a little bit now. I played it in both Korea and Russia, and so obviously, you know, it coming to NA and I'm playing the shit out of it. There's obviously something that keeps me coming back here, and I think to me, like just thinking about it right now, that has to be the gameplay. Now I don't mean gameplay loop. I mean the gameplay. By that I mean like how impactful you feel when you use stuff like your big hitting spells like the Awakening. When you encounter a monster, how it gives that Monster Hunter feel, even though that one just fucking missed. Your Awakening skills, right? Like the impactful damage that you do. As far as like if you outgear something, or at least have engravings to like match that monster tier, then like, you know, how strong you actually feel when doing a monster, or any kind of boss for that matter, right? It's really nice to me to like go through something the first time. I might struggle with it with like the community, especially if I'm doing like you know, first day kind of stuff, or you know, like do it with really early groups or friend groups, and then end up going to that content again in a week or two, and then just like absolutely demolishing it and having a, you know, just fucking shit like fun ass time. Stuff like Final Fantasy 14 rating is like that, right? Where you do your week one stuff, and then after week one, you're like, oh, okay, like that was really cool. You have more gear for it, so it's easier to do and stuff like that. And then it ends up just you being like, you know, having a blast in the game, destroying the content that you once had like a harder time with. But the gameplay loop, as far as like impactful feels, like all the skills in this game feel like they actually do something, besides like, you know, movement abilities just moving you, or you know, like the counter ability, right, like that, right? It's just like move, right? But all the rest of these feel like having an actual rotation and a feel in the game is what keeps me coming back first and foremost. Another thing would have to be like the community. Right now, this has been hurt severely by like the amount of bots and stuff that have just spammed chat, which sucks real bad. But in any MMO setting, it's always like the people that I'm playing with, either with being friends or just random members of the community, like doing stuff like chaos gates, even maps and stuff, and just interacting with them in the chat, talking to them, with them, looking at like world chat, and then, you know, seeing all the random degen shit that just gets said at like 2 a.m. Like that stuff is so fun to me. Those two things alone is why not only why I like Lost Ark, but like MMOs in general. I think people, someone asked me, it's like, do you have to like MMOs to like Lost Ark? And I'm going to say yes, just because the end game content is that raid kind of feel, right? Where it's like, you know, doing it with 4, 8, or 4 or 7 other players, right? Doing whatever, and then going at it. So as far as like what I like most about the game, the gameplay feel, the classes, they like all of them feel amazing. I want to play all the classes. I haven't once encountered a clash yet on any of the times I've played, either on Korea or Russia, and I'm just like, you know, I'm not feeling it, whatever, right? Like I definitely do like how this game plays. And then again, the community and the overall feel that it has is really nice too. I don't know why I'm hitting this guy. I need to go hit the tree nuts guy and break his shit so I can get more damage. But yeah, that's like the two, we'll say, best things right now. Like when someone asks me, why do you like Lost Ark? Those are the two things that I'm gonna like come out with. Now let's go with the bad. The bad being the kind of like issues that it's run into right now, as far as like the botting problem. Holy shit, we do so much damage to this guy. Oh, he's just fucking dead. Yeah, like the botting problem, like honing stuff being really aids when we could have had like a really good system, but people are like, you know, maybe that seems too easy, and now people are like, holy shit, the honing system sucks, stuff like that. So like, yeah, that could be a bit better. And again, the amount of bots like shitting on the market, shitting on the community, shitting on the game as a whole, and then Amazon and stuff like not being prepared. I think that's the biggest thing. Amazon not being prepared is like the biggest bad thing that I've seen like happen to this game, and then that's just like led to a slew of other problems, right? So it's like if I could lump all that together, it would be like Amazon not being prepared, and then that kind of trickles down to kind of, you know, like the botting problem, patch cycles, you know, delays, you know, not having compensation ready for like when you fuck up with shit. I'm so mad. Never mind, we hit them anyway. Like that would probably be the bad that would say. Amazon not being prepared. We're gonna lump it up like that. And then what's the last thing that I'm going to talk about? The ugly. We're talking about, so I went over the good, right? The gameplay feel is amazing. Now not loop, the loop I'll get to in just a second. But the gameplay feel, like when you're in here, you're fighting these big boss on your character, and you're like, oh, yo, I'm smashing ass. Like even if you're just hitting it and you're barely making the eye level requirement, and you're like, oh, it feels like an actual boss fight, and it's so nice. And again, all of your skills feel impactful. Shit's so good. The community, having fun, doing it with friends, doing the random like people in the community, and just like having this entire vibe around you is just so amazing. Bad, Amazon not being prepared led to a slew of problems. The ugly now. The ugly is going to be core gameplay uh-ohs. Now, when I will keep talking about it, I'll just chill in the background here. When we're talking about, you know, like the gameplay feel, the classes feel amazing, the world looks great, all the animations and stuff look fucking awesome. This game really hits like aspects like that well. Music pretty good, you know, like stuff like that. As far as like story and stuff goes, like like everyone and their mother has said the same thing about the story. Like whether it's me, where I like paid attention to it, you know, when I first played it, and then now when I went through it on NA, I'm like, I don't give a shit. Like it's not the main grab point of this game. The main grab point has to be that gameplay, first and foremost. Now, the gameplay loop. Having daily checklist or daily or weekly stuff to do is fine. That is okay to me. What is not okay is a game absolutely disrespecting the shit out of your time. Korean MMOs do this so much it actually hurts me. This shit right here, this shit is cancer. If someone asked me what is the one thing I would change to make Lost Ark the best game, period, remove this garbage. It is cancer. Having time-gated dailies, time-gated shit like this, weeklies where you like the ghost ship and stuff like that. The compass is the worst shit that I've ever seen in any video game I have played, and I've played League of Legends. I've played stuff by EA, and I hate the compass. I've played mobile games, and I think the compass is worse. Holy shit. I hate time-gated shit like that, where it's just like, what's that? You're an adult. I guess you're fucked, buddy. I hate it. Take it out. And stop gating like so much shit behind it too. Like the daily bonus you get from doing stuff like, you know, fuck, you get maps. Maps are huge for gold gain, mat gain, all that shit. Huge. And yeah, you're like, oh, but it happens every hour, so I mean, like, you should have, you know, whatever. Fuck, I hate it. Same thing, like events and shit. This Event Guardian raid, awesome. I could just do it whenever the fuck I want. This event, I actually really liked it at first. I was like, oh, dude, Mario Kart, that seems pretty cool. And then they're like, oh yes, we'll throw it in the time gated compass, bro. That is shit. I hate that. Absolutely the worst. So as far as like the ugly goes, the gameplay loop of like it being the same exact content doesn't bother me as much as it bothers other people. I played MMOs. I played MapleStory. Fuck, I've done thousands of hours and stuff like Dark Souls and Borderlands, where it's literally the exact same maps, the exact same bosses, all that shit. It's just like, oh, you know, you get a gun that's a little different and your character's a little different, right? That's the same thing of like doing it in this game, where it's like you go through the exact same fucking story areas, you do chaos dungeons and the exact same boss fights. You're just doing it with a different class, right? Like that's like the equivalent of just doing it with a different gun or a different build in Dark Souls or something. Like that to me, it doesn't bother me as like on the like how to prevent like burnout, whatever the video I did. So many people have like, well, I say so many, I think it's been like two or three, which is a lot, like for me right now. Have been like, you know, like I don't think burnout's an issue. It's more of like the gameplay being the same thing over and over. Doesn't matter to me. Because I have so many like hours and fucking stuff like MMOs and Dark Souls and Borderlands and shit like that, which is like, fuck it, altaholic yourself, whatever, it doesn't matter. It being the same doesn't bother me that much. It's whatever. So like, you know, if that bothers you, sorry. I'm not gonna put it on my ugly or bad list. It doesn't matter to me. I'm neutral about it. Like, sure, would I like more content diversity? I mean, yeah, but at the same time, like, you know, content diversity in this game is just like, I don't know. Depends on what you identify as content. Like, I don't identify this as content or rapport as content or islands as content. None of that shit is content to me. That is like filler shit that I would put in for like a 4-year-old. But people love that stuff. Like that's content to them. And I'm like, no. Like in Final Fantasy, it's like like for Final Fantasy 14, it's the same thing where they were like, oh yes, content is me doing roulettes every day and leveling with sprouts and shit. And I'm over here like, I get on to raid and I get the fuck off. Right? So like everyone's idea of content and shit, like what they like to do. That's preference. I'm not going to put that in the ugly list. I'm pretty sure the compass is universally bad. Everyone and their mother that I've ever talked to has been like, yes, the compass is the most AIDS thing I've ever had to deal with. And I've played MapleStory. Like, yeah, that right there, that line right is raw as fuck, but it's real. So not even gonna say anything to that. Time gated shit sucks ass. Having a daily or weekly checklist, that's fine. Having a daily or weekly thing tied to like your incredible like entire progression scheme is the same thing as doing arcane dailies in MapleStory. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Now imagine if arcane dailies, right? How tedious that shit was. You could only do it at a certain time of day. Oh fuck. Nope. Nope. No one would do this shit. Which is why I pretty much admitted this shit just in, like unless I'm like off that day and I'm literally doing fuck all. Like I'm not doing anything. I'm not playing any other games. I'm not doing anything with friends or anything. Like then sure I'll get on and I'll wait for this fucking timer to happen or I'll do something in the meantime, right? Waiting for it to count down. But this is pretty bad. I hate this. The gameplay loop being the same doesn't bother me. Another ugly thing. I don't think the game's pay to win. Whatever, you want to drop fucking thousands of dollars on it because you're a streamer or you have too much money to begin with, cool. I don't give a fuck. Doesn't bother me. Doesn't affect me. Like somebody doing fucking tier 3 Argos while I'm over here in tier 1, you think that affects my ass? Fuck no, dude. Because when I get to tier 3 and you have fully kitted gear and I shit on you and I'm still fucking 15 eye levels below you and I'm teabagging your mom, because you're engraving. You have no idea what the fuck engravings are, or gems, or tripods, like, because you're fucking brain damaged. Like, that shit doesn't bother me. People fucking shelling out the ass, like wailing and shit. I'm like, I don't give a fuck, dude. Do what you want. That doesn't matter. The game's not fucking pay to win or some dumb shit. I hate when people say that. They have no idea what the fuck that means, or have even ever played a pay to win game in their life, I think, when they say that shit about this game. Yeah, I think that encompasses like all of my thoughts right now. Like, all in all, it has flaws. The gameplay itself, like the impactfulness of the classes, is like what keeps me coming back for this daily bullshit grind, and makes me kind of overlook like the samey, you know, shit that's happening. Now, I don't want you to get confused. This does get boring, right? For anyone, which is why if I want to take a fucking break and I want to let this shit fucking rack up, I don't give a fuck if it's my main or not. I'm a human being. I'll go spend my time with stuff that I want to do, right? If I want to play this game, I'll play it. If I want to go play something else, I'll play it. If I want to just beat my meat naked in the fucking front yard with the neighbors being like, what's up, bud? Oh my God, the salami. You know, like, I don't, fuck it, right? Like, who gives a shit? All in all, I think Lost Ark does a lot of things very good. And there's a lot of shit in this game that people love that I personally don't give a shit about. And all in all, fuck it. I like the game. Yeah. I mean, I wouldn't sink a shitload of hours if I didn't like the game. I wouldn't be here with my friends talking shit about it. I wouldn't fucking, you know, be here doing the daily grind if I didn't like it. It can be mind numbing, repetitive, whatever. But at the same time, like, maybe that's what I actually enjoy. And at the end of the day, you know, to each their own. If someone ever asked me like, oh, should I try out this game? It's free. It's free, and it's like any other MMO in the world where, like, if in the first 50 levels, like, if someone plays this game and they didn't get to level 50, right, where like they're doing like this daily grind shit and they just quit and they're like, oh, the game's not for me, I'm like, okay, you didn't play the game, so it doesn't matter, right? Like, that's like the same thing for Final Fantasy 14, when people quit before they get to like the in-game raid shit, and they're just like, oh, you know, I did Realm Reborn, I was like, I'm not ready for it. Like, you didn't play the game, so it doesn't matter. Like, no shit. Yeah, I mean, I've played this shit. I like it. It's better with friends, and by friends I mean like a group or groups of people that you can play with. But that goes for just about any game on the planet, other than Solitaire, or I would say Minesweeper. But you're playing Minesweep with friends, just pretty fucking fun. Okay, Solitaire with friends is called poker. So just saying. Yeah, that's like my all-encompassing thought / ramble fucking video. I'm sure there's like some shit that I forgot. I'm currently running on 4 hours of sleep in the past like 2 days. A little tired, but I'm still here doing the daily grind because I like it, and I still make content videos. I just want to talk to people because like me like waking up in the mornings or like seeing shit at work where like, you know, fucking someone's like, oh, you know, they commented on this, or people subscribed to this, or they viewed this. I'm like, over here like, that gives me major euphoria. Just like seeing this fucking arbitrary number. When this goes up and my damage number is a little bit bigger, that makes my PP a little bit bigger, okay? Just letting you know. Anyway, guys, if you guys enjoy this kind of content, please like, comment, subscribe, all the good stuff you guys want to talk about. Anything that I said in here, or anything at all, I respond to comments every single day, unless I'm dead. So yeah. Till next time, guys. Take it easy. Have a good one.